What's up, Trader's Edge? It's Mark Sebastian with your look at the week ahead. Today, I'll tell you the levels I'm watching the SPX and the Qs. I'll tell you what I'm looking for in the VIX, and I'll give you the 5 stocks to watch. And let's dig in. So, SPX, Friday was ugly, and we did just touch the 50-day moving average and then bounced. I believe that whether we're up on Monday or not, we will break this cleanly. I don't know if we're going to get all the way down to 200, which is at 4,600, but I could see us getting to 5,000, maybe a little bit lower. Implied volatility is really ramping up. I would not be surprised if we saw some ugliness, regardless of whether there are geopolitical tensions. The Qs look pretty similar. They actually may be, the chart on the Qs may actually be a little bit worse. It's had multiple touches of the 50-day, and looks like it's trying to break that. Now, it's not getting the, if it gets to the 200, we have a serious problem. But could I see it getting to 430 or 425? 100%. I think we are in a period of a little bit of bearishness. We also have tax day coming up this week on Monday when taxes are due. That could cause a little pressure as well. Little tax selling, but really, I think just the market is in a spot where it wants to take a breather. We haven't had 2 days below the 21-day moving average since January, and I think that is coming our way. Last time we had 3 days, we had 3 days in the Qs below, last one being January 5th, and then we boomed out of it on January 8th. I think that you're going to see the Qs pull back. They may even pull back a little bit harder than the S&P. Just for giggles, IWM is actually clearly below its 50. Now its 200 is plenty close. We could get there. IWM actually, of all of them, has the most reasonable implied volatility levels. So if I wanted to buy puts, that might be an area that I would play in. All right, let's look at VIX. VIX, after getting as high as 19, closes at 1731. This is its highest close since November 1st. Really, nope, October 31st. It's its highest close since October 31st. And the vol of VIX is way up. I was going to do a UVXY trade, but with this structure, it's not the day to do it, not the day to throw it on. So we hold back and wait. And what I want to see is vol pull back. And I'd rather actually short the VIX at 16 coming down from here than try to catch a falling knife by shorting at 19 or 20 when it could be going to 30. The futures term structure, really what the futures term structure is telling us is we're going to get a big move. Today's move in the S&P was about 1.46%. I would expect, we haven't had a 2% up or down day in a very long time. I'm looking for something like that, folks. Now, the 5 stocks I'm watching. Apple, the lone bright spot on the day for markets. It was a flight to safety, and it looks like it is going to break the 50 and maybe make a run at the 200. It's really bullish all of a sudden. Amazon, it still looks like it's going to 200. I would be hoping we get a sell-off so that I can get long this thing. JP Morgan, ouch. Big selling day, looks really bad, which leads us to Goldman Sachs. Goldman and JP Morgan tend to move together. Goldman's below its 50. It looks like it's got earnings coming up on the 15th. Those might not be great. Goldman might be having an ugly day on Tuesday, so be on the lookout there. Monday, excuse me. Could have an ugly Monday. Be on the lookout for Goldman Sachs. JP Morgan, I'm looking for follow through down to maybe 175. Now, my final stock to watch is Tesla. It's managing to hold the 21 despite the major selling on Friday. Tesla managed to, not have a bad day relative to all the other stocks. Still holding that, it's hanging out about the 21-day moving average after the bell. I'm looking for Tesla to maybe make a run at 180. There are other earnings next week that I'm paying attention to. Alcoa. We also have Morgan Stanley, which is also in a free fall. And we have Bank of America. Those are all earnings that I'm looking and watching for next week. Now, lastly, let's end with commodities. Oil, after a big boom on Friday, ended up selling off with the whole market. Oil vol is getting really bid. Look for oil to potentially make a run at 85. Gold looks like it's done. Went all the way to 225 before they came in and sold it. The dollar is rallying. Lastly, bonds. Bonds were up on Friday because the market was so scared. But don't be surprised if the next leg down in markets is led by bonds. I like TLT down to 85. Speaking of things I like to fall, UVXY. Again, I didn't do my UVXY trade on Friday because market conditions weren't there. So you still have time to join 0DTE April and May and join me in my UVXY trade, which I'll probably put on Monday or Tuesday. All right, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Give my team a call, 888-872-3301, or email us, support@optionpit.com with questions. If you're watching me on YouTube, please subscribe to this channel, click like, leave a comment, ask a question. I will answer it. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. I am Mark Sebastian, your only option. Have a good one.